It's a great album to just put on and just listen to. Like it's almost an hour.
Good.
It's almost an hour long, and it just kind of it's pretty much this huge vibe for an hour. You know, Music and Words Unite is only possible because of viewers and supporters like you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Mark cry. Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I am your co-host Troy, and with me, I'm my friend and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Hi.
All right. And today we are going to do another episode of Should You Listen to This, where we go and listen to an album at least a few times, and we take some notes and we think about, you know what, is this an album we would recommend to people? Give it a mini album review. So that's what we're going to do. It's not as long as a lot of our other album reviews. These are the short form episodes. So today we are doing the album Goodmorning Restrained by the band Magna Carta Cartel. Now, Mark, this is my personal request to do this episode. This is an album I had heard before, but not actually seriously listened to it for an album review. So I was excited to go and dive into this. How about you? Have you ever heard this album before?
No.
Okay.
You crazy bastard. No, I'm just kidding. No, I never have.
Okay.
I know this band's Tobias adjacent, so I assume that's kind of like the connection being made there, right?
It is Tobias. Tobias Forge is in the band. That is true. Yes. He actually doesn't sing in this band. He plays the bass and co-writes the songs, basically. But yeah,
very
Mark,
cool.
Yeah. So when I kind of looked up the genre for this, and it said post-rock was one of the genres. And I thought, I hear Mark talk about that genre a lot. So said, you know what? Maybe you'd like this. Also like dream pop, jangle pop, a lot of different words that I've heard you like. So I was like, all right, I wonder if Mark's going to like this. So Mark.
A lot of words you like.
Right. So Mark, why don't we just kick it off? You can go first. What are your thoughts about this album? Songs you liked, overall impressions, anything you want to share?
I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, it's labeled as like an alternative rock album.
Mm-hmm.
There's more going on than that. Some of the vibes that I got from this album was, are you familiar with Interpol at all?
I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you the music, to be honest with you.
Well, you've definitely heard their big song, which I actually literally am forgetting the name of right now. But
okay.
That's the kind of vibe I get. It was like, 2000s, like alternative rock, like kind of like more guitar oriented. There's a lot of like, I don't really know like how I would even like describe this. I think alternative rock is probably the only way I could really describe it.
Okay.
A couple of the songs I really liked were I like the first track. I like Sun Settlers. That was one of my favorites.
Sun Settlers, yeah.
That's a song that really reminded me of Interpol, like that,
okay.
like long intro.
Mm-hmm.
Metropolis Flow is good. Yeah, I don't know, like. Help me out here, Troy. Help me describe this album. I'm having trouble.
Why don't we describe it by playing some clips? How about that?
That sounds good.
Let's play a clip from Sun Settlers first. All right. Here we go. Settlers, yeah. So another one of my favorites is This Time. I really like that song. So what's funny about this, I'll play a clip in a second. So you'd think Tobias Forge would sing on this album, but he actually doesn't. This album is a true proto Ghost album in the sense of 3 of the members of this band are in the original Ghost band who played on Opus Eponymous and Infinitesimal and Meliora, I believe. And those names are Martin Persner, who plays guitar and sings, and Simon Soderbergh, who also plays guitar and does some vocals, and Tobias Forge, who plays guitar, bass, and doesn't actually sing, I don't believe. So on this album. So anyway, so this is kind of like a proto Ghost album in a way. You know, if you think about it, Mark, we've done a full track by track album review of Repugnant, which was Tobias Forge's first album he ever made, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then we did another one, which is I think came out right before this one, which was Subvision, which was Tobias Forge's band, which was kind of, how would you describe that? Like pop rock mixed with
also kind of alternative too.
Alternative rock, yeah. And then this album, and then after this actually came the first Ghost album, from what I understand. So, in fact, he wrote the first Ghost riff ever during the recording of this session, which was the riff for Stand By Him. I read that. So he wrote it while making this album separately, and obviously they didn't include it in this. So this, I guess, making this album inspired him to come up with a lot of this Ghost concepts. So I'll play a clip from this time real quick. That's the beginning of this time. Just kind of give you some vibes of the album, in case you want to check it out. There's also Metropolis Flow, which Mark mentioned. I'll play a little clip of that.
I'm waiting for that second time, concealing matters whole, and evenings are hunting you.
The vocals are like, a lot of the vocals are almost spoken word on this album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think they take some like decent inspiration from like post-punk bands. That's kind of like the vibe I get with this.
Okay.
Even like bands like Echo and the Bunnymen, and like even like Susie and the Banshee, and like maybe even like Joy Division too.
Okay.
And like, have you never heard the band Television before?
Yes, I've heard them.
Okay.
Also the Church.
I hear that here too.
There's a song that sounds a lot like the Church on this album. Yeah.
But it has that like dark alternative sound to it, but it's also like kind of upbeat a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a
pretty
little
solid
poppy.
album.
Yeah, it's a little poppy too. It's kind of got that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great album to just put on and just listen to. Like it's almost an hour.
Good.
It's almost an hour long, and it just kind of it's pretty much this huge vibe for an hour. You know, it doesn't really change from this vibe for the most part. You know, like some of the songs are slow. Like that opening song is just like kind of plucking guitars almost. You know what I mean? And some synths and stuff. There's not a lot to it. But then as it goes along, it progresses. I will say one of my favorite songs are I got 2 more I was going to play a clip from. Deriving a Distance.
Drifting fences, counting through.
This is the song that
See, this kind of reminds me of Porcupine Tree a little bit.
I could hear that, yep. And when it kicks in, this is a song that reminds me, I think this song reminds me of Ghost the most, actually.
You offer gratitude for the past, and when your trademarks burn, you let us learn that wisdom leads to this love.
Like this part. Sounds like Infinitesimal.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other song I was going to play a clip from is the last song, which is kind of this huge 8-minute epic.
Hotelis Eviction.
Yeah, the last two songs are long, but again, this is an album which is more of a vibe album, so you kind of almost don't notice it. For me, I was just vibing out to it, but I'll play it maybe in the middle of it.
Since the world is sleeping and you laugh at being late.
I wanted to play the place play. Guitar part. So they play the end. I think this part's cool. So overall, we'll wrap this one up. One thing I forgot to say is this album is totally self-funded, self-recorded, self-mixed, and self-produced. So nobody else helped with this, just the band. They did everything themselves.
Can we take a second to admire like the album cover too? I really like the album artwork.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Because of that, it's not really like professionally engineered and mixed, and you know what I mean. It's a self project, but for what it is, I think it sounds pretty good. You know what I mean, for sure. The mastering is a little compressed for me, but overall, I do think it sounds good, especially for a self driven thing. Mark, I'll leave it up to you first. Would you recommend? Should somebody listen to this album? Why or why not?
I think if you're a fan of alternative rock, especially from like the 2000s, I think this album's pretty damn solid.
Okay.
It's Swedish, and let's be honest, like most of the Swedish stuff we listen to is pretty quality. So, ABBA, Opeth, just to name a few. Obviously, Ghost. So yeah, I think the musicianship is good. The only thing, the vocals get a little kind of. Not annoying, but they're just like a little like, kind of just like, like you said, it's like mostly spoken word. So
yeah.
But it fits the music though, so I don't think that's a negative.
Right.
But would I recommend this album? Yeah, sure. Why not? I think it's great.
All right. For me, Mark, this has become this week when I kept re-listening to it, my favorite Proto Ghost album. I think I like it even more than the Subvision album. And, and the Repugnant album. Although I did really like the Subvision album, but I like this one more. This one really grew on me, man. Like I just like all the songs for the most part. I like them. I like the whole. Like I put the whole album front to back, and every song I like. So when an album is like that, I'm definitely going to recommend it. So should you listen to this? Well, if you like the clips you heard, yes, because it's going to be, the whole album sounds like that basically. So if you like those clips, you're going to like this album. So yeah, that's our recommendation. Unfortunately, it's so expensive to buy a physical copy of this record, whether that's CD or vinyl. The vinyl is starts at $300 right now on Discogs, which is totally insane. I think there was less than 1,000 that made. That's probably
well. They probably never repressed it either, right?
Never repressed it. They made I think it was on Discogs, 800 people said they have it or something like that, or 700.
Oof.
So it's a very low press, and it's a Tobias Forge thing. So it's going to be, it's going to have a lot of value to Ghost fans, which means it has a lot of value in the world because a lot of people are Ghost fans. So basically, obviously, that's why it's expensive. I would love for them to repress it. I would honestly, I'd just buy the CD. You don't even need to give me to spend hundreds of dollars on a vinyl. Now, if you repress it on vinyl, I would buy on that. The only problem is it's almost an hour. So a single LP vinyl is probably not going to sound good. So
too compressed, yeah.
2 LP, buy the vinyl. If not, I'm buying the CD, but I'm not buying any because it's too expensive. So, and I can't even find a CD to buy. That's how rare it is. Nobody has them online, selling them right now.
Damn.
So yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, but it's on streaming, so there you go. Most people have streaming, so go check it out. All right. Well, if you like this episode, please give us a like. That would be great. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you go and check out this album for the first time. What do you think? And in fact, we have a free community and a free music club on the Discord platform where you can come in there and talk to us and other people that watch the channel and share music with each other, talk about music, whatever you want. So if that sounds appealing to you, Music Club for Music Nerds, that's 100% free. Please join. The link for be in the pinned comment. If not, please let us know in the YouTube comments. Either way. And if you already like this album, what are your favorites? Do you recommend the new one? There's actually a new Magna Carta Cartel album. I don't know if Tobias was involved with that. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. I'll look into it. But I think the other guys made a new album. So, and considering this did seem like a true band project, not a Tobias Forge project, that other album probably is similar vibes, I'm guessing. So, all right, let us know what you think. Should we check out the new album in the comments if you're a fan of this one? Well, Mark, until next time.
Peace.
See you later.